Hey guys, this is Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping, and today I'm going to show you how to make this card. One thing that I did that you might not notice right on the top is that this is the Graceful Glass Vellum designer paper, and I used a impressor for the vellum on the back side, and it makes this really puffy and it makes it turn white when you use the impressor. So I'm going to show you how to do that. Also how to make an impression here on the back with the mats for the Big Shot. And I'll go ahead and get started. So first off, I cut a piece of white cardstock to fit my vellum, and that is 1.5 by 5 1/4. And I went ahead and colored the background with the Mint Macaron blender and the Calypso Coral blender or blends, and I'm going to do the leaves, but first I wanted to show you how to do the impressor on the back. And you get this with our scoreboard and the Simply Scored. It comes with your Simply Scored, so this will help make your thing, or make them pop out. So you're going to flip it onto the back, and let me get a little bit closer so you can see. And adjust this, there we go. And hopefully you can see. Alright, so you start off with the big ball, and you just very lightly push on here, and you can already see that it's turning white. You keep pushing, and you can get a little bit harder as you go. You don't want to go really hard at first, because then it'll pop through the paper. And then see, it looks like that on the back, and then on the front it's all puffy, and it makes you want to feel it. It's not too puffy yet because I want to keep going, but you just keep going over it without punching through until you get your desired thickness of your vellum on the front side. Okay, so now I've got the flowers done. This is the back side, and when you turn it over, that's the front. And then when you put it onto here, I mean, just look how pretty that is. Okay, so now I'm going to color the back of the leaves using the Old Olive, light and dark, and then I'll show you how I attach it. Okay, so I found a couple of the flowers that I missed, so I went back and I did that. So now that those are colored, we can go ahead and put it onto here. But what I want to do is, so that it does not fall down, like when you go to send it, these are puffy, so I want to add the small dimensionals just on the inside, and because it's already white, you won't see them. But this kind of helps it hold its shape when you put it in the mail. Alright, so that's good enough for that. So now I'm going to come in with my glue dots, and I'm just going to affix the, where's my pokey? Do you see it? Well, hold on one second. Sorry, normally I try to get everything ahead of time, but didn't quite make it. Alright, so what I'm going to do, let's make sure that you can see this real well. I'm going to go ahead and just put the glue dot here in the corner, and I kind of squish it up into a little spot so that it only shows, like it won't show through because it's under the color. And sometimes it helps if you put it down with your piercer and then use your paper to pull it off. And then that way you don't get it not sticky anymore because you've used your fingers. Okay, so then you just take off the backs for your dimensionals. Then you're just going to put this onto here. Now because you've put the one under each one of these, you cannot tell that there's a glue dot there because they all look the same. And these are going to stay raised. Alright, let me get closer again, or further away so we can move on. Alright, so now we're going to come in with the Big Shot. First off, I want to spritz my paper with water because that will make it so it really holds its shape. And this is a 2.5 by 5 Calypso Coral. And, well, I might as well just spritz where I put the words. That just kind of helps it take the shape, even make it stronger. So I have this, and you're going to go ahead and put this onto here because this is the shape that I want to show. Let's see. And I bought this tape. It's the Post-it labeling tape, and it does not cut through when you do it as a cutting part, but you just put it on here and it won't cut through, but it holds it in its spot. So I turn this over, and whoop, that didn't hold very well, did it? Because it's wet. Hold on. Because it's wet, it didn't want to hold. Try to keep it in the spot. Alright, then you're going to put the blue one over. It's very thin. And then the white one over top of it. And then you're going to run it through. Take this off and you can see the imprint. Now once it dries, it looks much better. And it doesn't matter that the words are on here because I'm covering that up. Let's move this. And I'm going to do the same thing. I know you can't see this part, but when I bring it out, you'll see. And put it right back through. And it almost feels like you're not doing anything because it's very easy, which is unusual when you're doing the Big Shot. Oh, and it moved. Shoot. Alright, so that's not the way it should be because it should be straight. But let me show you the finished card so that you can see how it's supposed to look, and then I'll show you what else we need. This is how it looks where, let me move this. It's perfect, but it didn't stick. So I went ahead and mounted that white piece that I did a minute ago. And where did I stick it? Oh, here it is. All right, so you're gonna go ahead and put adhesive on here. And mount it onto here. Then you're going to take your piece that you did that should be right. Let's just say it's right. Put it on a piece of 5 3/16 by 2 5/8. Piece of black. And I'll go ahead and do this again, but not on camera. Just make sure that it doesn't move for you. Then you're going to bring in a piece of this 5 1/4 by 4, and I ran it through the brand new folder that's called Subtle, and it kind of reminds me of our old paper that we used to get that could be like just
linen paper. That's what you
linen paper. I don't know, it just used to be, it just gives a nice little texture to it. So then that way you have something to kind of make it looks not boring, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead, not right now, but I would put this on, and then I would put this on, which it doesn't look too awfully bad, but you can really see down here that it's wrong. Then what I did was I came in with my thread here, and I'll have the name of that underneath, and I took 2 pieces, measured it to go to the end, cut it a little bit longer than I needed because I'm going to intertwine it. So I'm going to put it on, I'm going to take this off just so I can put this on. Whoop. You're going to take some tape, which I have right here. And just tape this down. You could use adhesive, but it just isn't going to hold as well because you are going to be kind of pulling on it. So once you have it where you want it, you just start twisting it. I just thought it made a really pretty little thing to put on my card. So you do that, and then you put it onto the back, and then you tape it again. Make sure it holds really well. All right, then you're going to put dimensionals on the back. I stamped the sentiment on vellum that I got from the Painted Glass set, and I went ahead and put that onto a piece of I got it. I just got to pick it up. Of mint macaron that's 1 by 2. This way that pops because it's behind, and that would go on here, and then all of this would go on here. I'm sorry that this did not turn out this time, but you got the gist. And let me show you the paper that this all comes with, because there are really, really cool designs. So you just color them, and you can leave them blank. I saw one with this that had vases, the vase set on this, and it looked like a bookshelf. It was really pretty. And it's just a lot of fun. I just was really excited when I saw this. And on any of these, you could do the technique with the impressor. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time. Thank you.